What's up, Doc Staley? It's me, Detroit Lenny, here, joined with Tony George, the man, the myth, the legend himself. I gotta be nice to him today. He's gonna be in a bad mood come tomorrow, or probably for the next couple days, folks. He'll be in a bad mood as his Kansas City Royals look to probably go down 3-0-3 to the Tigers. I think somewhere the Tigers are already scoring against the Royals. That's what I heard. But this is Doc's Daily, where we are going to be completely biased about every other game except that baseball game. Tony George, how are you, my friend? I'm coming in hot.
I was looking at the line. Well, we got Cole Reagans there, so we're going to give you a run for your money today.
That's
for sure. I forgot that it was Detroit Lenny week, and if I would have known that this was on the docket this week, you wouldn't have got all those Masters picks free. I wouldn't have given you those Masters free.
I was very, very thankful for him as well. My bankroll was thankful for him. Everything. It was a good time. It was good because I ended up. My wife had to go out of town with one of my older sons for a school trip thing, and it was me and my younger boys at home. And I'm knee deep into baseball's going on, the Masters. I was on the big TV. Oh, yeah. I got a couple little tablets and whatever going on some baseball, and they're like. And my youngest, who's 13, he's a shithead. If he's a shithead, it's just like his dad, smart ass.
The acorn doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Not with this one, right? And he goes, who we want to win? And I go, well, I got some stuff at this. And then I explained how I could bet head-to-head matches, and he's the one that gave me. He likes to bet the Derby. I like to give him. I give him $20. Yeah. Go ahead, kid. Bet what horse, just bet something to win, kind of thing. And then so he's like, okay, so we're rooting there. And he's like, I like Rory. And I'm like, why do you like Rory? He goes, because when I play him on the Xbox as the character, he kicks everyone's ass. And I go, okay. I go, at least you got some kind of write-up on it, basically. I appreciate the handicap. I go, it's not real good. That's not real golf, though. We ended up going down to Atomic Golf. Over the weekend
down there,
so it was a good time. I let them actually hit a club, and they were like, "Oh, this is way different than Xbox." It was nuts. I'm like, "Yeah, kids, touch grass, get outside in the air, So yeah, I had a great weekend. It was fun they had something to cheer for, which I think will help them watch the Masters, and which, by the way, was a great Masters. I mean, for Rory every day except for Saturday. He had a great day, so yeah, we made some money on some golf, had some good times.
Yeah, we went 7-2 and then had 3 pitches. As you know, I told you last week on the show, I'd send them to you. Our top 10 video, first time this year, my best bet didn't win on the free play video I do every Wednesday. Then we got another one for the RBC Heritage this week. And folks, McElroy's not playing in that one, but a lot of big names are because it's a signature event.
Yes, it is.
What that means is they have like 8 of those a year on the tour, and that means it's a $20 million purse. So first place is like $3.6 million. So you got Fleetwood, Schauffele, Scheffler, all the big names are going to be in there, playing. And this is a course down at Hilton Head that demands I've played this course, Harbor Town. I played this course twice in my lifetime. It is extremely tight, demanding. You can hit a ball in the fairway and have no shot at the green if you're on the wrong side of the fairway. So driving accuracy, and the greens are very small, so scrambling percentage around the greens is crucial. You saw how that paid off for McElroy. His short game bailed him out and won him that tournament. But we did have John Rahm, and he fired a 78 first day, damn near an 80, and it just screwed him. He made the cut. He came back the next day, but you can't dig yourself that deep of a hole in a major.
No.
When you're 10 shots off the lead or more day one, you're screwed. Because the field most of those guys that are in those majors, they don't come back to the field. The field's got to catch up with them. And on a course like Augusta, very tough golf course. It's hard to do, but nonetheless, it should be noted that we also won with UFL and NASCAR over the weekend. Now, listen, folks, I know y'all want to bet baseball in the NBA playoffs, NHL, NHL playoffs. If you're not doing these one-off sports, including prop betting, you're missing out because these lines are not near as sharp. There's not a lot of sharp bettors in NASCAR as compared to the top tier sports.
Right.
Football, basketball, baseball, even NHL. Same thing with the UFL. UFL haven't lost a pick all year. Okay, we're unbeaten. Well, I took St. Louis on Sunday, +3, won outright. NASCAR, back-to-back winning weeks. I don't think my NASCAR needs any promotion here. We're up almost $20,000 over the last 5 years. 3 times number one handicapper, 3 out of the last 6 years at Docs. They're head-to-heads, just like golf. One driver versus another driver, and it's a money line. So anyway, if you're not paying attention to those, you should be. Just because I had a 4-unit singled out best bet this weekend in the UFL, there's only one game worth betting. That's the game I'm going to put you on because that's the game I'm betting. And that 4-unit play has value, 2, 3, 4-unit plays. Just because I'm not shoving my chips in every damn play, and that's fine if somebody does, because there are guys at Docs that like to yank the trigger.
Yep.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not the Baskin Robbins.
Each their own, right? Yeah. Flavors.
Like vanilla. Vernon Croy is chocolate mousse royale. He likes to give you a little exotic flavor.
He's also from Canada, so hence the mousse.
And every now and then we'll throw on some hot fudge and some sprinkles, and we'll give you a 6 or 7 unit play. So, but I think like baseball, the last 3 days, 2 3-unit plays and a 4-unit play. 2 of them run line system plays, which cashed over plus numbers. So we're plus 1185 for a $100 player the last 3 days in Major League Baseball, and you only had to sweat 3 bets.
Yeah,
and I'm just cherry picking them. Slow and steady wins the race. Those plays have value. They're the best bet on the frickin' board.
Right. And that's what you want.
And I'm just not shoving all my chips in because I'm playing with your money too. And I take that very seriously. Now, other guys are comfortable taking larger positions, and that's fine. I'm uncomfortable with it on a regular basis. Others are not. And some of them win a high rate of them. That's fine. God bless them. If I see Griff or Vernon or
all those guys,
Nick, a couple other guys, where they're yanking the trigger, I'll reach out to him and say, hey, you got it. Jason Sharp.
You got an angle? Yeah.
He kind of like, I go, what angle do you see that's worth a 7-unit play today in the NHL? Because I can't find more. I can't find one, and I'll text him, and I won't tell him. I won't put it out, but if it makes sense to me, I'll bet it. Just like me giving you Masters picks. You'll take them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take them. I didn't have a large position. I rarely do in a major because one bad hole can just like that Hu Tang Lee. He was on the front page of the leaderboard and took a 10 on a par 5, and the hole before that he tripled.
Yep. Yeah.
6 on 12 and 13. He went 6.
He had an 8 in there.
16 strokes and 2 holes, and you're barely cashing a check then. That's how fast it happens. And I played enough golf to know that you always say in a game it's never over till the clock reads 0, and that's true. You don't have a cover till it reads 0. In golf, you can go from the penthouse to the outhouse in 15
real
minutes
quick
and have no chance. So FYI.
Pimento cheese on the way. Listen, and Tony brings up a great point about different varieties over at the website. Use that free $60 account on that. The link is in the description in the video, docsports.com/free60. You can get it started over at the website on somebody's premium plays for absolutely no cost to you. And you could split that 60 up between Tony and somebody else, or put that whole 60 towards like a week pass for Tony or something like that. Because I know, weekends coming up or something like that, something big. You mentioned the UFL. I usually am a little gun shy the week 1 and 2. And then I
passed week 1, didn't take a play.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, this is a data-driven business we're in, folks.
100%.
Some data. I don't bet like a lot of guys. We had a guy email in a vicious email to customer service about, I bought Tony's Major League Baseball service. It's been 5 days. He doesn't have a pick. Well, I don't have any data.
Yeah, right.
Rotations hadn't even gone through yet.
Right, yeah.
And
some guys haven't even got started yet.
I understand that, 5 or 6 guys had plays every day. They're ready to go. I want to work off some data. And you can get lucky betting speculation. You can watch all these preseason shows. You can read all these preseason guides and go to Visa and get their betting guide for the year and all their predictions. And this team's going to win 90 games. This team's going to suck, this, that, and the other. Right. And out of the gate, look, it's been crazy. And I have just navigated that by just cherry picking spots and waiting. I waited 5-6 days before I put out a baseball pick, and the first one I opened up with a 3-unit loser and then went on a 4-game tear. And then here we are, we're up on the year and doing well, but that's just how I approach it. Like I said, others approach it differently, but and speaking of that $60, think about that link in the description below, tab on the upper left-hand corner of the website, because later today, we're going to reset the remainder of the NBA season packages for the playoff packages, and I'm going to have a discount off of that, a promo code for the next 4 or 5 days. So you can get a deep discount in the NBA, and you can add to that deep discount the $60 and get the damn playoff package dirt cheap. Why is that important? Let me tell you why. What did I do on Doc's Daily all during the college basketball season? I told you I sucked this year. Right. But I told you what I tell you when the conference tournament started. This is a different animal. I've been doing this 34 years. I went 16-6 in the conference tournaments, hit my only top play, and I tore the hell out of March Madness and hit 3 out of 4 top picks in that because it's a different animal. Yep. And I've been doing this long enough where that experience matters. Now, it wasn't a good year in the NBA for me, but the postseason's here now. And now we know who the hell's playing and what's going on versus the regular season, which is almost unbettable at times. But I'm telling you, that experience of doing this 34 years is going to come into play in the NBA, just like it did in college basketball, and you're going to make some money. Come on.
I like it. A couple games in the NBA tonight. Miami, Charlotte, Portland, and Phoenix.
I'm on a premium play in the late game on the side play. I got a strong opinion on that. My last pick was Friday. I had a 7-unit play, top play, and it won. And after I won that, I said, I'm not putting out a pick till the playoffs.
Right.
I do like the late game, the early game. Now, I got a free play up. I'll give it to you here in case you didn't watch the video yet, which you should. But last night, I bet the over in the Charlotte-Miami game at 226 because I had a number at 230. Well, that already shot up to 230 this morning. It opened up at 225 and a half.
Yep.
I still think it might get over the 230. You look at all the players and this all offensive stars, and Charlotte, what a story. Probably last half of the season, the best team in the NBA. And they got a lot of young talent. Ball, Knuppel probably he's vying for Rookie of the Year, but they've got some really good players there, a very good coach. They play better defense in Miami, and that's what kills me about Miami, Lenny. And you can comment on this. Over the years, Eric Spoelstra has been one of the best coaches in the NBA, and he's always preached defense. This year, the Miami Heat don't even think about playing defense.
Yeah. Right out the window. I think you played to what you got. I guess, and I'll tell you this. I'm not, as far as that early game goes, I think I like that. Listen, I've said this all year. The NBA is no betting allowed most of the time for the regular season. Now the postseason, it's nothing but action for Lenny. I really like him, Miami here, and I know Charlotte's been so good in the second half, but I look at their regular season and matchups and who played and when. The only time Charlotte beat them, Miami didn't start half their team. And it was towards the end of the year. Other than that, they pretty much covered the other 3 times. I think Miami's more dangerous than Charlotte is in these playoffs.
Well, a couple of reasons I stayed off this one is exactly what you're saying. They have the better coach. They have star power. They got a player that scored 80 points this year, just in a game. But That being said, remember 3-4 years ago, they were a play-in team. They got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and took Boston all the way to Game 7.
Correct.
I mean, and the core of that team is still here.
Yeah.
And so then you ask yourself, as talented as Charlotte is, and there'll be guys that'll make an argument with Oklahoma City with this statement, but that's okay. I'll listen to that. Right. But you wonder at this point, savvy veteran team, veteran savvy head coach against a young emerging team that was living the dream here the second half season. You wonder, laying 6 points now, if there's value in Miami, because maybe the moment gets a little bit too big for Charlotte.
I think if you like Miami, if you wanted to mess around with I know you're not big, like a same game parlay, maybe like a teaser, really a 4-point teaser is -110. Okay. Yeah. And you take Miami from wherever it's at 5.5, 6, up to 9.5, 10, and then I'd take it over, because I think if you like Miami, you like points.
Yeah, you got to tease the total down, the same game teaser, and take the over.
Yep. Yeah. Take it down from 2, if it's at 230 now, to over 226. I'm good with that. I think
I don't see either team
blowing the other out.
Anybody, regardless of who wins tonight, win by double digits. I don't see it.
Exactly. I don't see it. I don't see that at all. So
maybe tomorrow, not even tomorrow. I don't think there's a double digit. Forget all these 18 and 19 point spreads, 24 point spreads you saw the last week of the season. No, that's just because they weren't playing anybody, and it was just, it's kind of like betting hockey right now. This game tonight doesn't matter to 99.9% of the team. So, you stay away from it and live to fight another day, or just play a prop.
Right.
But I do think that there might be some value with Miami if you're going to do a teaser. I haven't done a teaser in NBA in 10 years, but if you get a same gamer, I do think if you think Miami's going to cover that number, it's going to go over 230.
That's exactly. So you know what I mean? So, that's kind of that's where I'm at, as far as on that game. And then
anybody see a 109, 103 game here? I don't.
I can't see that at all.
I don't see it.
Comments, by the way.
Maybe the late game, I think you may have a little lower scoring, but the total's 217 there, and that's right on the number. There's a couple of advantages in that game that I like in the late game. Speaking of that, let's talk about some futures. I just get your take. Now, Cleveland is -550 over Toronto, +400. These are series prices. If Cleveland's healthy, they'll take care of Toronto. Denver minus 360 over Minnesota plus new 90. Minnesota plays the level of competition. That's not going to be an easy out for Denver. If you're looking for long shots, Minnesota might be one. And the other one I like is Atlanta plus 230. This team, the Knicks, I don't know what I'm getting with them. They're minus 290. I mean, if you're looking for a round one, series price on a long shot, either Minnesota or Atlanta, for me, they're going to give them ball games. Atlanta, what a job Quinn Snyder has quietly done. You get rid of Trae Young to think they're dead in the water, and he has coached. He's done about as good a coaching job as anybody in the league, him and the Hornets head coach.
Yeah. Out of the 4 that I'm looking at right here on DraftKings, I'll take the 230 with Atlanta all day because I don't believe this Knicks team is that good. I just don't. They're good. I don't want to get the Knicks fans to calm down. I'm just saying. I just think that they're beatable. They're beatable.
Very beatable. Very beatable.
I think Houston rolls the Lakers, whatever, but Cleveland. Toronto's a little dangerous. I do believe Toronto can be dangerous. I don't believe Cleveland's as good as they seem to be. There's a lot of love. I watched Doc's Daily with Griffin Murphy, Craig Trapp, and Nick Menken on there. And yesterday I had a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't do the show. So I had some fill-ins, and I watched it while I was sitting there in the waiting room. What's the point of having a 10 o'clock appointment if you don't get seen until 11:30? Pisses me off. But anyways,
boy.
So I'm sitting there, with my thumb up my ass basically on my phone, and I'm watching these knuckleheads talk. Not one of them picked the Pistons in the East to go to the finals. I've seen so many graphs, so many stats. The Detroit Pistons have never, ever this year I saw it since the December 1st this year, or since last year, December 1st, have never not been the number 1 seed in the East. Have never not led. Have never not been. I don't understand. I don't understand why there's no Pistons love. I mean,
I got on here beginning of the year and on a NBA video. But you can't lie because they're all on tape on this channel. And said my best bet for season win totals was the Detroit Pistons. I mean, I thought they were good. I said they could contend for the East this year, and they had some issues there with Cunningham out. They still were winning games without him. They've got they're well coached. They're a good team, and they got as good a shot as anybody in the East. Obviously, if Boston's healthy, they're going to be a tough out. And the 76ers, when you got George Embiid and Maxey healthy, they're no joke either. Don't go to sleep on them if all 3 of those guys are playing. They can score 25 plus each. I'm saying. I think of all the big heavy favorites people love, I think the Knicks are the weakest of all of them. Of all those 2 teams, those 3 teams that we just mentioned, Detroit, Boston, and Philadelphia, I think they all could be as good, if not better, than New York.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I would even
raise their eyebrows.
Cleveland team,
but they played with their back all year.
Yeah. I just it is what it is though. But I'm excited about my Pistons. I'm excited about Pistons playoff. Last year I was excited about them. I really think they have a tough time about it, but the East is weaker than the West. There's no doubt about it. That's not a hot take. And so I don't think do I think they win it all? I mean, shit. If we get there, anything's possible in a 7-game series. I don't think we can beat OKC.
I don't think you can in a 7-game series. I mean,
and I don't think we can beat the Spurs either in a 7-game series. To be honest with you,
no,
I just be fair.
Oklahoma City, when they want to bring it, when they're healthy, they're 6 or 7 points better than anybody in the league.
Listen, anything's possible in a 7-game series, but you know what I mean? But let's get there first. You know,
How about being a Lakers fan right now? Your two best players.
I love it.
You're done. You're done. No Doncic, no Reeves. That's LeBron, 41 years old and an 80 some games. Well, he played a lot more games he has in quite a while this year.
Yeah.
You know, that boy's tank's 3/4 full from what he was 5-6 years ago. Without those two guys helping him, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Houston's friggin' good.
And it's kind of like a oh darn situation for me, you know, living out here in Las Vegas. There's Laker fans everywhere out here.
Oh God.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
The only thing that could make me feel better about it is if actually they were good. Because then I know in my heart of hearts that if it was the Lakers and the Pistons, we would kick their ass. In some perfect multiverse universe, we're back to the 80s, 90s where the Lakers and the Pistons are good at the same time.
I'll tell you what, I'm only 8 months removed from Las Vegas, and I'll tell you one thing right now, I don't miss one single freaking Dodgers fan.
Oh, them and Raider fans.
Oh my God.
Raider fans, Dodger fans, Laker fans. Yeah, but I get it. They ain't got nothing else. I mean, you know, well, now Raiders are here, whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as the NHL, there's some guys asking about the NHL in here in the chat. I don't have anything in NHL. I didn't even look at NHL, nor will I.
Who's this guy?
Martin,
I got one for you. I got a 3-team parlay, and you're on one of them.
Oh, boy.
Let's go with the New York Islanders over Carolina, because Carolina doesn't give a shit. And New York's at home finale. They'll play hard.
Okay.
I like Columbus over Washington.
Okay.
And I like St. Louis over Pitt. Pitt ain't going to play anybody. Right. If you put $50 on a 3-teamer, it pays $230. And then if you want to go crazy and add a fourth one, you could throw in Anaheim, but I'm telling you right now, I had one other one here. What? Oh, Calgary. Playing Colorado.
I see it.
Telling you, and if you threw that one in there for 50, that'd pay $516.
Yeah, so that's the reason Calgary's plus money.
Is that what I bet that this morning? That 4-teamer. Just money line parlay.
Pizza money action.
Pizza money action.
Yep.
If I win 516, I'll get the white chocolate mousse royale at
with cheese.
With cheese. Chocolate mousse royale at Baskin Robbins and the nice thing about the Baskin Robbins here in North Kansas City where I live, it's right next door to Jersey Mike's, which I love me some Jersey Mike's.
Right.
So I go to Jersey Mike's and then I order that and I take it home. I'm too full after eating a regular, but then I take that home and about 2 hours later I have a little chocolate mousse royale when I'm watching those final scores come in. I'll
tell you what, that's I hope the same guy owns both restaurants because he's a genius. He'd be a genius. Like get the subs, the sandwich shop, and then the dessert place. You know what I mean? It's like putting the smoothie place next to the yoga studio. You know what I mean? Their coffee shop. You know what I mean? Be smart about it. Anything you like in the MLB before we get out of here?
Why don't you go ahead and take the Pirates on the run line? I almost put them out. Now, I only put out one play a day. Usually. Today, I had a 2-pack. I like the board today. 2 and 3 unit play. We've won 3 days in a row. 4 out of our last 5 days. Up $11.85 for a $100 player. But Pitt won yesterday over Washington, 16-5. They got Mikolas on the hill for the Nats, who sucked it so bad at St. Louis, they got rid of him. He's had I wrote this down. He's pitched 12 innings so far this year. He's given up 19 runs in 3 starts. And you got Mitch Keller on the hill for the Pirates, who's given up 2 runs all year.
I love
in
it.
3 starts. And they just beat him 16. How do you recover from a 16-5 ass kicking?
I'll tell you what.
That's like going to the club and asking like 16 girls to dance, and every one of them gave you the finger and said no thanks. You go back to the club the next
day.
About asking the girls to dance again. I think Washington struggle. I think Pitt gets them. I'd 7-2.
Listen, I gave out a couple of Yerfies yesterday on my video. I went 2-0 on Yerfies, not Nerfies, Yerfies.
Yeah,
and I got 2 today that I really like, and that's one of them. The Washington Pitt Yerfie. It's like minus 120. That's very rare.
Yeah, the run lines plus. If you lay a run and a half, you get plus 110.
Yep, I am on both of those bets. I'm on the Yerfie and that as well on the run line. I like that. I also, free pick wise, if you guys, I like Tampa Bay over. I know I sound like I'm always picking on the White Sox, but I'm just gonna. I mean, I am. I pick on the bad team.
They deserve it.
I pick on the bad teams.
Sorry, Griff Murphy, your boys suck again. You're auto fade.
A trend is a trend, and the trend is your friend. And whether they're I will tail a team that's on a win streak. Well, the White Sox. Breaking news! Oh no, the White Sox suck again. So I'm on Tampa Bay in every which way, shape, or form. I'm on them first 5 -0.5 at plus 105, and I'm on the run line at plus 125. I just don't think this is. Sometimes I like to bet just the money line. Like the money line's only minus 130. That's like a comfortable for me.
But see, that's to me from now. So that you brought up a good point. That's risk management. Right. If it's 130 or less, and I want to run line them, but you may have it, and if it's not a full green light, like every box isn't checked, right, I will just play the minus 130. Now I thought about. Anyway, that's what I was thinking.
Right. Yeah.
Your risk management there, because you don't want to end up with a 5-4 final with your money on it. Said, shit, I could have laid 130 and all I had to do was win. One game, now yesterday, my lone bet was the Dodgers run line because the Mets are dead at the plate. Yeah. And they didn't score again. They didn't score the game before. They've only scored 1 run in 4 games now.
And
they're on 16. I almost took Dodgers on the run line again, but it just looked too easy to take. But I got a plus 115 doing that yesterday and got a good win on them.
Yeah, I don't know how I would go right back. Honestly, I like that today as well.
I wanted to go right back to it, but it looked too good to be true.
Yeah.
And then I hem-hawed around. I thought, well, shit. And I really liked one game a lot on another run line scenario. Then I had a total I really liked. So I like to keep it to 2 max right now. Right. I want another couple weeks go by. You might see some triple headers on it a couple of times a week, but I just like to single them out, approach the books by stealth, shower with multiple warheads, and get out of there with a win.
Any thoughts on this Boston Red Sox and Twins game? Yeah, somebody's asking here, does Sonny Gray have a good outing? The Twins, man, they can't stop scoring runs. I mean, they have 13. Their last 5 games, they've scored 13, 8, 7, 4, and 3, whatever. It was Toronto and Detroit.
Is the total on that 9?
I think so. Yeah. No. 8. I got 8 most places. 1 8.5.
Gosh darn it. They're begging you to take the over.
Yeah.
I don't know about Greg. He can be good, but he can be inconsistent as hell too.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a little tight up right now. Where's he at so far this year?
He's got a 2-0 record with a 2.76 ERA. He's got 10 strikeouts.
Who'd he pitch against?
He went 6 1/3 against Milwaukee. Gave up nothing.
Wow.
2 strikeouts. He went 6 solid innings against San Diego, gave up 2 earned. And then he lost the opener against Cincy, where he went 4 and gave up 3.
Yeah,
So
I remember
since then,
that.
he's had 2 quality starts.
Yeah.
So, and the other guy, what's his name? Abel, Mick. I always want to call him Mike. I don't know why, but Mick Abel. Yeah. He hasn't. He had a good outing against Detroit, but Detroit couldn't hit a beach ball that series. But other than that, against Tampa Bay, he went 4, gave up 4. And then against Baltimore, he went 3 1/3 and gave up 5. I like Boston first 5. The end.
Yeah.
That's about all I get at that. I don't know. I wanted to be on some Sonny Gray props, but I never got there.
What's his K prop?
Sonny, here we go. Strikeout props 5.5. ERA is juiced 160 to 1.5. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Pitching outs is 17.5, so he'd have to go 6, and even that's juiced. There's nothing that's really. You'd have to do something. Actually, I do. DraftKings has
out there.
Yeah, DraftKings has a pitcher versus pitcher, like who gets the win type bet, and that's at even money that it's him. And I mean, if you got to find it, you got to dig, and I feel like at that point we just spent 5 minutes digging, and I don't feel comfort. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's just it. If it doesn't jump off, If you want to make some money, I'd just take Cole Reagan today on strikeouts against the Tigers. They probably won't hit him.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go, folks.
Oh, I had to throw that in there.
There you go. All right. Tell them what you got going at the website. Let's get on out of here.
Yeah, we got a 4-unit best bet in the NBA. We'll be having a promo code discount on my profile page. There's a red box. We'll have that up for you remainder of the season, plus a special discount that I'm offering, not everybody but me, to give you a hell of a deal in the NBA playoffs. 4-unit deal there tonight in the late game, 4-unit side play. We got a 3-pack, 2 NBA player props and a Major League Baseball prop. I got a Nerfy tonight. Only had my first Yerfy yesterday, which was the winner. Now I got a Nerfy tonight, and then we've got 2-pack in Major League Baseball, no NHL. Be looking for the golf video tomorrow and golf picks starting Thursday in the RBC Heritage. If Detroit's beating the shit out of the Royals, I want to make Lenny buy the picks this week. I can tell you that right now, because I know he's betting them and winning money, so he's got some extra cash laying around. And we'll have UFL and NASCAR.
I'll use it 360.
And get ready for the NHL playoffs too.
Yes.
We're on like a 15-6 run there, or 16-7 run, and in NHL got a little momentum. That's good momentum heading into the postseason. So be sure and jump on board. I'm sure Docs will have a playoff package remainder of the season for the NHL as well. Don't like hockey? Who gives a shit? Just bet it.
And playoff hockey, I don't know how you don't like it. I'm telling you right now. Last question before we go. Brian Thomas, first NASCAR question we've ever fielded here on Docs Daily.
Boy, they're doing it, man. Reddick's having a hell of a year. Hamlin, he can win any race at any time. And you know what? Most wins for a race crew this year for a race team? Yeah, I'd bet them. Oh, yeah, I would. Okay. Jordan has a way of bringing excellence to the table. And, they got a favorable decision. They took NASCAR to court and kind of got their way, got a favorable decision. And I thought, honestly, going into the season, that's going to be a huge freaking distraction. And it's not. It's emboldened them.
And boost.
And the other thing, too, about about that whole race team is their pit crews are really good, and they keep them in shape, and they train them, and their crew chiefs are good. They just got a lot of good things going on. I know Joe Gibbs and Henrik and all these other race teams. Yes, they're good too, but right now they've just got the edge on everybody. And even when Reddick's not winning, he's getting top fives. I say you bet that son of a bitch top five every race till he loses one.
See,
yeah.
Don't gotta watch NASCAR. There's just tips all around for you from Tony George there.
Thanks for being a big fan.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Appreciate
fellas, don't forget to use that free $60 account, DocSports.com/free60. There's a link in the description of the video. And other than that, we'll see Tony George next Tuesday. We'll be able to talk about this. I hope you take one. I do. I hope you take one because God knows if they sweep you, I'll have to pay for NASCAR and golf. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, Docs Daily. Good luck unless you're against us. Go Tigers.